Knowing your bus is safe to drive before leaving on a route or trip is one of the most important aspects of driving school bus. Because there are different types of buses and different switch panels, it is important to follow a regular procedure every day. A routine procedure helps prevent forgetting to check any of the required items. This video will help you learn the proper order for the pre-trip inspection, as well as everything that needs to be checked before driving your route. After learning the information, you can drive your bus with the confidence that you have done everything you can to make each trip a safe one for your students.
Okay, when I'm approaching the bus, I'm going to look underneath to make sure there are no fluid leaks. And also any loose wires or hoses or any body damage to the bus. Okay, now I'm going to go inside and turn on the hazard lights and also place the brake stick. Okay, now I'm going to come outside and check the tires. Inspect the tire with a 1 pound or greater hammer to make sure the inflation is at the correct level. Okay, and the tread in the front of the tire should be 4/32 of an inch in all the major grooves. I'm going to check the sidewall to make sure there are no cracks, bulges, splits, or damage. And also make sure your valve stem is securely attached. Now I'll be looking at the rims. There should be no dents in the flange, no cracks or welds in the rim. Inspect the lug nuts to make sure there are no loose or missing lug nuts and no shiny threads or rust trails. Inspect the axle seals to make sure they are at the proper level and not leaking. And now I'll be looking at the suspension. The spring should not be broken, cracked, shifted, or missing. The spring hanger should have no broken or cracked components, no worn bushings, or loose axle parts. The U-bolt should have no broken or damaged parts and no missing nuts or bolts. The shock absorber should be securely mounted and not leaking. Also checking the steering box to make sure there are no cracks or leaks, that it is securely mounted, and that there are no missing nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. Next, you'll check the steering linkage. The joints and sockets should be secure. There should be no cracked or damaged rods. And again, check that there are no missing nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. Okay, now I'm going to go back and check the rear tires. The tread needs to be 2/32 of an inch in the back in all the major grooves. The duals should not be rubbing, and there should be nothing lodged in between them. Okay, I'm checking the brake chambers. They must be securely mounted with no cracks or dents. The slack adjuster should have no missing or broken parts, be at a 90-degree angle when the brake is released, with no more than 1 inch of slack when they're pulled on. You also want to check your lines and hoses to make sure they are not cut, worn, frayed, rubbing, or leaking. Go ahead and check the drums and linings. The linings need to be no less than 1/4 inch and no cracks or dents in the drums. Also make sure there is no visible oil or grease. And the lights appear to be working fine, the hazards and the brake lights.
When checking the wheel areas, check the tires, the rims, the suspension, the brakes, and the steering on the front driver's side.